Good morning, good morning. Hope you are well. So I need a couple of short jack-to-jack leads for my bass, which goes from a sort of connector thing up to an effects pedal, and I'm using a long lead at the moment. It's getting in the way, so I thought I'd make up a couple of short ones. It's going to be quite a detailed video showing exactly how I make the connections up. So if that's not your thing, you can watch something else. But if you want to see that much detail, please stick with me. Hopefully it won't be too long, and we'll get it all done, and we'll have another lead that's working. Let's get to it. I like to get these ends on quite soon after I've cut the cable, because there's nothing worse than soldering it all up and then finding out you've forgotten to put these bits on. I'm going to strip back about 2 centimetres of the sleeving. Once you've got that, you want to separate out the outer stranded wire. So you just sort of pull it about a bit, and then you've got to get it all together around one side. So the core, the central bit, is separate. So that's pulled it all around, and then twist it. The central bit, we'll just strip that one off, and again we'll twist it. So when we solder this on, the outer sleeve is going to be shorter, but we're going to tin all the metal here, all the wire in the middle, with solder, because it makes it solder better to the connector. So the next stage is just trimming off the excess. So the core is going to go into this bit, which is the tip, and it needs to be a little bit shorter than that, so I'm going to cut it off to about there. And once that's soldered in, the sleeving is going to go on the edge here, so it just needs to be a little bit shorter probably just to the edge of the sleeve on there, maybe a bit less. So there we've got the two bits cut ready to length, and that will go in there, that will go in there. I've just got a vise here that I made, a little bit of wood with some conduit sticking up at an angle, and I've put a socket in another bit of conduit, and it just goes in there and holds it at a nice angle for soldering. I made up another one for XLR connectors, so it's got a male end and a female end, and then I just write on it as well the hot, cold and screen, so it's easy, so you don't have to remember which one goes where. And then on this one, the tip ring sleeve and the stereo, if you wire it in stereo. Then we just pop it in there and we're ready to go. One thing I have found after doing this for quite a long while is that if I just put the wire that's been tinned in there ready for soldering, get the solder, put the soldering iron on it, by the time the jack plug has heated up enough to take the solder, because you'll see when it starts to flow in, this being a lot thinner, a lot less mass, heats up quicker, and if that's in there when you're doing it, all the sleeving will start to melt back, and then it all gets very messy, and then you probably have to start again. So the better idea is to heat this up, get some solder flowing, get it in there, get some on there as well, and while this is still warm, get this ready, reapply the heat on here, and then that goes in, and then you'll get a much better joint. Well, that's what I found anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some solder in here. You see it's not taking yet because it's not hot enough. So it's going on the soldering iron, but it's not actually taking on the metal. And then you'll see it suddenly take. There it goes. And let's do this bit. And you can see it just blobbing up on the top. It's just going to take, there it is. It's just going now. It starts to take underneath. It's got a bit too much on it now. I've also found if you end up spending ages with the soldering iron on it, you've just got to be so careful because other bits start to melt. So if it's not going well, I tend to stop completely, let it cool down and then try again a bit later. I find the best success I've had is when you get it right first time and you don't have to reheat anything. Now because it's quite hot still, it should just take quite easily, so I won't put any more solder on. So there we go, and then straight in. And it's got it. So let's do that one first. Get that one out of the way and then do the sleeve next. I'll try and get you a better angle on this so you can see the sleeve. Right, hopefully that's a bit clearer. It's a bit awkward because I'm having to sort of stand up and do this now. So we'll see if I can do it whilst leaning over and not blocking the view. So again, I'm going to lift that up so I'm not touching it. Heat that bit of solder up. Get it on there. Heat both bits up. And there it goes. There we go. And now just put a little bit of heat on that and shrink that off. And then we'll be done. There we are. 2 leads all done and finished. So I hope you enjoyed that and see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe and share. Well, you know what to do anyway. Thanks. Bye for now.